Unresolved Problem segment tonight. Is the media really capable of being objective, thereby being free? Joining us from Boston, Marianne Marsh, and from Washington, Katie Pavlich. And you say, Katie?
Well, I think that we've seen, not just recently with the Trump administration, but over the course of the past 3 decades, that much of the press is just liberals parading around as objective journalists. And I actually think it would do the country more of a favor and regain some credibility if they could just admit that they come at the news from a liberal perspective, and that's the way that they're reporting the news. We also now have a lot of conservative outlets doing the same, and people know where they're coming from, so therefore they're able to discern the facts for themselves.
And everybody should understand there's a difference between opinion shows like this one and hard news reporting. We're talking about hard news reporting. Now, Marianne, Katie, is going to dispute that. She's going to say, and I can read her mind right now, woo!
They pay you a lot of money to blow out of my head.
The media is not liberal. Okay, so I'm going to let you reply to what she's going to say before she says it. How do you answer it?
You're going to let me reply to Marianne saying that the press is not liberal?
She's not going to cop to it. She's not going to cop to that.
Well, I can't read minds, so I'm not sure exactly what she's going to say. But the truth is that the majority of journalism professors, the vast majority, 90+% in this country, are liberals. The journalists they produce are liberal. They love going to the White House Correspondents' Dinner when it's a Democrat in office. Now that there's a Republican in office, they don't necessarily want to go to that dinner. We see questions being asked of Republican administrations that we don't see asked of Democrat administrations. The list goes on and on and on. And so the evidence is clear that the press is certainly biased to the left, and there's a reason why Andrew Breitbart used to call it the Democratic media complex, because that's exactly what it is.
So, Marianne, go ahead. Just state your case real quick, and then I'll get to the specific questions.
Thanks, Bill. Are there some progressive reporters? Yes. Can you see it in their work? Sure. But is that true of all the media? No. And is it true that they're all carrying the Democrats' water? No.
I say
and there are plenty of examples out there. Is 10 to 1
an accurate figure?
There are plenty. Have you done a survey? Have you done name-checked everybody? There are plenty of reporters out there, like Julie Pace of AP and Jonathan Karl of ABC, who are at the White House, who were very tough on Obama and very tough on Trump. Chris Wallace was tough on Priebus yesterday. You asked Trump about Putin, and you made Fox fans unhappy. That's how it should be. Tough on everybody, facts for everybody, and I think a lot of people are getting more of that than the critics and others suggest.
You are a very media-savvy person. Name the conservative presence on CBS News. Okay. Name
reporters?
The conservative presence on CBS News. Name the conservative presence on NBC News.
I think John Dickerson is more conservative than you portrayed him in the clip tonight.
Maybe that's true, but he's certainly not a conservative presence. NBC News.
Robert Costa does a terrific job as a contributor from the Washington Post.
Robert Costa?
Yeah.
I don't even know who he is.
I do know who he is, and he's a good reporter. Yes, that is true.
He is very good.
But he's not a conservative presence. He might be a good reporter.
He's on an anchor.
He's on all the time as a contributor on all the programming.
He's not a conservative. On ABC News, who's a conservative presence?
Jon Karl.
Jon Karl is a conservative, in your opinion?
Yes.
Okay. CNN, who's a conservative presence?
I don't have one for you there.
MSNBC.
Don't have one for there.
Okay. Okay. So I've named 5 of the major. I've named 5. Oh, stop. 5 of the major networks. Okay. And you, to your credit, came up with a couple of names that are debatable, but no major people. And I don't believe that Karl would cop to being conservative.
Lester Holt is a registered Republican.
But he's not a conservative presence, and nor should he be. Nor should he be. He's an anchorman. Those networks, all 5 of them, don't have anybody there. Okay? And that just makes my point. Now, if I asked you the same question about the New York Times and the Washington Post and the LA Times, you'd stammer and stutter too. They're not there.
No, but here...
So you asked me if I did a survey, and I did. I studied the operations of all of them. There's no conservative presence. None.
The Wall Street Journal, Fox News, Rush Limbaugh are number 1 in all their categories, and you can't say they are left-wing publications.
Their editorial page is conservative, not their news pages, nor should they be.
Number one, number one, number one.
All right, ladies. Thank you very much.